Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I did not do a what sold video the last 2 weeks of February, and I've kind of switched up the way that I want to do my what sold videos. So we're just going to kind of do a little bit of a summary today of my top 15 sales on all my platforms. And then I'm going to give you some very small numbers from like the summary of February. And then starting in March, which today is actually March 4th, but I'm only going to do one actual what sold video for the month, and I'm going to give you my top 15 sales as far as like the dollar amount that it sold for, and then my bottom 15 sales to kind of give you guys a range of, showing you what's the highest ones that have sold for me and what is the lowest ones that have sold for me. I just found that having to do a what sold video once a week, I really only have time to do one video a week, maybe two every now and then, but it's really just going to be one a week. And I have so many other videos that I think are so helpful and have a lot of good content in them. And so right now, this is just the best way that I can think of how to do a what sold video and get out some what sold information. But I've been doing, after a big weekend or a long weekend, the ship with me's. So that has some sales information in it. So I'm still going to be talking about sales throughout the month. It's just going to be the what sold videos won't happen once a week. So I hope you guys enjoy this style of what sold video. If you do, make sure to let me know in the comments below or give this video a thumbs up. That really helps me to know what kind of content you guys like. But let's go ahead and get started. All right, so starting off my 15th, we're going to go 15th to the very top, number one. And like I said, this is the based off of the sales price of the item, but I am going to give you my cost of goods and the profit that I made off of each item, as well as how long it took to sell on each item. So this one is on eBay. It was a Sundance dark red velvet, like kind of not really peplum, but it had like a ruffle hem to it. It was very cute, a really good color, I think, for fall and winter. And I know we're heading out of winter, but it was a rayon silk blend. So this sold on eBay for a total of $33.40. And when I give you a total on eBay, that's including what they paid for shipping. So my cost of goods was $6.49 at a Goodwill. And so my total profit was $17.04, and it only took 18 days to sell. I love picking up Sundance, especially these more like this had a really good material content, and I really loved the color. This was a size medium, but I love picking up the bigger sizes and the more substantial pieces. This next item was also on eBay. This was a torrid dress. It was a blue and white plaid print button front dress. It also had a high-low hem here as well. This was a size 3X. I don't remember if I posted a video. If I did, I will link it up above, but I went to about 2 hours away, and I went to a Goodwill there, and they had a ton of torrid items. I think someone was purging their closet, which one of my friends did actually just consign a bunch of torrid items with me. A lot of new tag stuff, so that should be coming probably within the next month or so to my stores and closets. But this one sold on eBay. It sold for $33.45. My cost of goods was $7.99 at a Goodwill. And so my total profit was $15.69. And it only took 4 days to sell. So a really quick flip. This next one is on Mercari. Mercari has been somewhat slow for me starting off 2023, but it's starting to pick up. This was a Lululemon men's kind of a grayish blue and white striped polo shirt. The material was very interesting. It was more of a, it wasn't like a cotton. It was very, I don't know how to describe it. It was just a very interesting piece. So this actually sold the same day that I listed it, but I picked it up for $4.08 at a garage sale. It sold for $34 on Mercari, which again, Mercari has the lowest fees, which is great. So my total profit was $25.03. And like I mentioned, it sold the same day I listed it. So a very quick flip. Now, next time was on Poshmark. So I typically don't pick up J. Crew items, especially at regular Goodwills, but this had a lot going for it. So one, it was new. It was new with tags. So let me show you guys the tag here. It originally retailed for $79.50, And it was a newer style. So if you look at this tag, kind of like Madewell does, but it has the style number, but also it has the like season and year that it was released. So this was holiday of 21. So within about a year and a couple of months that since it came out. So I picked this up and I thought it was a really cute color. I knew it was kind of transitioning into springtime, but I thought it had a lot of factor stacking, as Kaylee Elaine, I'll link her channel down below. She mentions, you know, it has a lot of good qualities that we look for as resellers. And so I picked this up. It did sell for $34. My cost of goods, I'm sorry, yes, $34. My cost of goods was $6.49 at a Goodwill, and it only took 11 days to sell, and my profit ended up being $18.69. All right, I went to a local thrift store and there was a ton of plus size. I believe the size was 4 Lux, but I think there was a total of 6, maybe 7, and one wasn't in great condition. But I got a total of 6 She Fit bras. Now, these were really popular. I think they got popular on TikTok. And like social media, but they're a zip front bra. They have a Velcro adjustment for the straps to kind of boost everything up. And then the around the bust, there's also Velcro to tighten and loosen as need be. So I heard they were really good. I haven't personally tried one on myself, but I have now sold all 6 of those and I made over $100 profit on all 6, which was amazing. So this one though, so I sold 3 individually and 3 in a bundle of 3. So this was the single one that I sold that sold for the most. So this was sold for my full asking price of $35, which was amazing. I was happy to see that. So like I mentioned, sold for $35. My cost of goods was only $3.99 for it. And so my profit was $24.01. And this was the last one to sell and it sold in 17 days. They all sold really quickly, I think, because of the brand and, you know, someone really or multiple people really knew this brand and it was a bigger size. And I believe I had 3 of this exact same print and then the other 3 were all different prints. So, you know, if you see this brand in a bigger size, I definitely recommend looking it up and possibly picking it up. All right, back on over to eBay. This was an Athleta black and white Blossom Intuition pair of leggings. This was in size extra large, so a bigger size. This sold for $35. Technically, I think $35.45 with shipping. I picked this up at the bins and my cost of goods was 54 cents. So my profit ended up being $24.64 and it only took 3 days to sell. I love picking up Athleta, especially in those bigger sizes. All right, so this item did sell. However, it is on its way back to me. I do have like returns within 30 days on my eBay. However, buyer pays return shipping. So actually within the month of February, I had 3 items sell that are being returned to me. However, this is the only one that has actually started shipping. So I'm not sure if the other 2 are actually going to actually return it. But this one is actually on its way back to me. But I wanted to include it because this is a really good brand and I have no doubt it's going to sell pretty quickly again. So this is an Eileen Fisher white open front long sleeve cardigan. It was a linen and cotton blend. It was a size medium. I do like to pick up bigger sizes of Eileen Fisher, but this originally sold for $37.35. My cost of goods was $6.49 at a Goodwill. And so my total profit, of course, now it's not profit, but my total profit was $20.32 and it sold really quickly in 2 days. So I'm hoping once I get it back, I'll relist it and it'll sell pretty quickly again. Also on eBay was this Lululemon blue heathered V-neck. It was called the And Go Everywhere long sleeve tee. It actually, when I picked it up, it still had the little size, like they had cut off everything except for the size, which, you know, I was really happy about. I didn't have to measure it, but this sold actually really quickly. Same day I listed it, it sold for $37.70. My cost of goods was $5.99 at a Goodwill. And so my profit was $21.92. All right, this was a brand that I had never found before. It was on my BOA list, and I did pick it up. It had a little bit of pilling on it. I sweater shaped what I could, but I did mention that it did have some light pilling that was left. But this is Varley. This was a gray Huntley cowl neck side zip. It only had the zipper on one side of it. I guess I didn't put a picture in here, but you can kind of see here, it has a zipper over here. But this was a really super soft piece. It sold for $38. My cost of goods was $6.49 at a Goodwill. And so my profit was $23.91 and it sold in 24 days. So again, another quick flip. I did have a pair of Rothy's sell. This was just a plain black pair of the pointed toe flats. They were a smaller size 6.5. So they did sell for $46. The cost of goods was $9.99 at a Goodwill while we were in DC. And so my profit was $26.81, which I was happy with because it took 146 days to sell. And these were not like a rare or, very colorful pair of Rothy's. Also on Poshmark was this pair of Lululemon black and white hazy days. That was the print name. Speed Tight 5 pair of leggings. They were a size 10, so a little bit bigger of a size. So they were this print on the front and then half that print and half black mesh on the back. So these did sell for $50. My cost of goods was $5.99 at a Goodwill. And so my total profit on these was $34.01 and they sold in 38 days. So pretty quick flip. All right, this was another bolo that I was super happy to find. It is Tuckernuck. I've heard of it, but I had never found it until I believe I picked it up either at the beginning of February or the end of January. And this was a navy blue and cream striped Olympia knit long sleeve sweater. This was a size small, so it was a smaller size. However, it sold pretty quickly the same day I listed it. And it sold for $55. My cost of goods was only $6.49 at Goodwill. And so my total profit was $37.51. All right, back on over to eBay. I sold this J. McLaughlin blue and white striped fringe poncho wrap. It was a one size fits most, and it was gorgeous. So this sold for $58.40. My cost of goods was $6.49 at Goodwill. And so my profit ended up being $35.14, and it sold within 18 days. It was a bigger piece just because it was thicker and had more material. So I was happy to get it out of here before spring came. This was an exciting find. My husband actually found this at a local thrift store. This was a Lululemon gray blue commission long sleeve button front men's shirt. It was in a size extra, extra large. I don't think it had been worn at all. It really felt brand new, but it just didn't have the tags. And I didn't want to say that it was new if it really wasn't. So, but as you can see here, it still had the pull tag size XXL. So this sold on eBay for $59.30. And I picked it up for $3.99 at a local thrift store. And so my profit ended up being $41.76 and it sold in 37 days. So a very quick flip. And then this last item actually sold on the RealReal. It was something that I found that comps and my payout was going to be higher on the RealReal than listing it myself. So this was a vintage Christian LaCroix knee-length skirt. You can see it had a beautiful floral print on it. They don't show you the tag on here, but it actually had that tag and then a Miss Jackson's Tulsa, which was a store that is no longer here in my town, but it was kind of like a high-end department store here. I actually have a pair of St. John's pants that I'm getting ready to list that has that same store name on it. But this actually sold for $101.50. They had I think a 30% off on this. So I picked it up for 44 cents at a garage sale where it was fill a bag, a giant trash bag for $5. And so my cost of goods was 44 cents. And so my payout was $30.01. So you can see that my profit was not high compared to some of the other items, but this was the item that sold for the most. So I wanted to include this as my number one sale. All right, so in total, in the month of February, I sold 162 items. Now, like I mentioned, I do have 3 of those items that are currently in return. One of them is for sure on its way back to me. I don't know about the other 2. So somewhere between 161 and 159 items that will actually sell and not be returned in the month of February. My total gross dollar amount that sold. That's the price that it sold for, including any shipping on eBay, but before any platform fees, any cost of goods, any shipping discounts, or paying for shipping. That was $4,003.09 in the month of February. And my total profit for the month was $2,264.23, which comparing to January, I'll link my January what sold video for the final numbers for the end of the month. It was definitely better than January, but like I mentioned, I did have a couple of returns and they seem to come in threes. So, but yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this new style of what sold videos. This is just going to allow me to get a what sold video out, give you guys some information on the items that are selling for me, but also give me some time to, for the rest of the month, create more interesting and more creative content for you guys. But if you guys are not subscribed and you want to see more content like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button and make sure to hit the like button on your way out if you enjoyed it. All right, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.